Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Gimbetti along with Mike Egan here at Premier Fitness in Lux. At the Lux. So we're changing the venue today to switch things up a little bit. We hope you enjoy our show today, and we'll start with...
Explain a little bit about our backdrop.
Oh, our backdrop. Yes, I'll let you do that.
Our backdrop is the golf simulator that we installed here at the Lux. And this is our practice screen where you can come in and hone your game. Is that the correct way?
That would be the correct term.
And we are open 24/7, so you can come in here.
So at 3 a.m. we can come in and
Yep, hit some balls.
set some stuff up and hit some balls, get some bad energy out of your system. And
what's nice about this system is that the other screen that is not up right now, but the other screen actually films your swing. So it tells you what you're doing wrong, how your face club is open or closed, how fast you hit the ball. It's quite a deal. And then you can play 80 different golf courses.
And I don't think there's enough instruction on there to cure my game.
Well,
I don't know, that would fill about 5 sheets. It'd be a book. If I ever took a swing on that.
yeah, but you're pretty well, enclosed in a room that nobody can see you, so you can do whatever you want.
Oh, be careful. Yeah, that's legal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and we should mention that we have our unofficial sponsor today. What are we drinking today?
Caramel High Rise, so Caribou Coffee.
Oh, Caramel High Rise.
Thanks to Caribou
Caramel
Coffee.
latte or whatever.
Well, close enough, but
Okay.
you know what? I don't know if the lattes put the whipped cream on it. But
Okay. They put the little whipped cream with the little smiley face on there for you?
no, I don't get a smiley face.
You get the frown?
I must, because that's how I probably walk in there every day.
Especially after playing around with golf.
Yeah.
Anyways, high school, not much going.
Well, it's a very nice setup in here. This is the first time I've seen it, and you've done a really great job here. And
Well, we're in the process of getting everything done. We hopefully will have a beverage license, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And serve some food and they get a one-stop joint for everybody if they want to play a little game of golf. Hard now when it's so beautiful outside to have people come in, but this fall we're going to start up 2- and 4-man leagues and try to generate some interest.
Oh, that sounds interesting. So yeah, so here you are. We're at Premier Fitness in the Lux, and I'm sure he's looking for membership. So
Always looking for memberships. And what's nice about it, again, it's 24/7, so you can come in anytime you want. I think we have enough equipment and weights and everything else that you don't have to wait for a machine. You can come in. And you know, the thing about it, not only you're working out, but you get an opportunity to meet other people and talk to other people. And, we have a group of, I should say, young elderly men that come in every morning for a couple hours, and it's nice. I mean, they sit and chat about what's going on for it. So kind of like you at the coffee
place, yeah, we sit there and
chit chat about
talk.
the world of troubles that have to be resolved.
So there you go.
Yeah. So young or old, come on in, try it out. If you like it.
Well, it's a good reason to stay in shape.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I mean, unless you don't like running treadmills or whatever, but that's another way to stay in shape is getting on a treadmill.
And I'm just looking, I see Brian Carriage is out there. You know Brian.
Well, I know I wasn't going to bring his name up, but I'll let you do that.
Yeah, he's here almost every other day, and he's out there working hard right now, kind of looking around through the window here.
Oh, you can see him.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see him out there.
But he's getting ready because he's got all the games that he's got to play here. So.
Certainly. All right, well, we'll get back into what we try to call sports talk.
Right.
And the high school season came to an end yesterday at the state class AA golf meet down in Jordan, and Hibbing had sophomore Andrew Slatton at state this year, the only one to make it down there. And the first day evidently didn't go so well. He had a 3-hour 9-hole round. Wow. His first day started on hole 10. The round took 3 hours for the first 9.
Wow.
And it was a new experience for him, you know, just the fact that he's at state. And he did shoot 92, I believe, on that first day, and he was down way at the bottom of the pack. Well, yesterday, after playing around and getting to know the course a little better, Mr. Slatton shot a 81.
Oh, nice.
So he improved, you know what, 11 strokes.
Yep.
Ended up with a two-day total of 173, and he finished in 72nd place. So he moved up quite a bit. So now he's knows what it's like. He'll work on his game this summer, I'm sure, and next year,
And he's about a sophomore, you said?
sophomore. Yeah, well, he'll be a junior now.
2 years.
But yeah, so
Good.
good for him. I mean, congratulations on that.
I mean, usually for us, it takes 3 hours to play 9 because we're that bad.
Yeah, that's about it. But I'm sure, I mean, there's so many, I mean, according to these results, there's 89 individual golfers at that place. Now they tee off on, you know, 1 in 10 when they do go out,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it's not, you know, it's kind of probably like playing in a scramble event, which segues into, I see the Hibbing High School had their scramble on Monday. I talked to Keith Turner prior to the event that day. We were sitting on a bench out there talking, and he actually had Richard Coffey was up, the father of Amir Coffey, who plays for the Los Angeles Clippers. He got him up with a couple other guys, and I know he gave Keith an autographed Clippers jersey signed by his son. So I don't know if they're going to give that out at some point during the school year. Maybe they'll have a raffle. You know.
Well, I know they raffled off, or had a lot of prizes they gave away yesterday from donations from different businesses in the community. So, and again, that's a great tournament, or it's a great fundraiser, I guess, as you want to put it, because the money that's made from that tournament helps all the students, not just football or baseball, but all the athletes that need something and can't afford it. So
or all the music band people,
Yep.
if they need an instrument.
Yep.
I'm assuming it goes for something like that.
Yep.
Choir, you don't really need
just good voice.
just music.
Yep.
You need the music, but
Yep.
all you need is your voice, and that's free. So
Gotta have the lungs.
that's right, to be a good singer. So yeah, so I hope everything went off without a hitch, because that's the first time I think they've had it
For a couple of years.
pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So obviously, congratulations to all of those who worked on it to get it set up again, and hopefully it'll keep running its course. And
Although there were a few that were hitting the ball up in the air pretty high that they lost it in the smoke.
yeah, yeah, it's been the last 2 mornings. Well, we noticed that I was coming home from Duluth on Monday or Tuesday with my wife, and we could see up in front of us, and it was looking hazy.
Yeah.
And she said, I wonder if that's the fire. Well, evidently it's been, with an east wind, it's been blowing down here, so.
Now it's supposed to clear today. And then for Grandma's Marathon, it's supposed to be a nice
Well,
clear day for that. So
Yeah, they don't need to have any
Smoke.
smoke, well, they're running 20,
unless it's you and I
6.2
running,
miles.
then we'd be running going,
Yeah. Or we'd be stopping for water every
and
5 minutes.
Yeah, and lattes.
Yeah, there we go. I like that better. But that does it for high school sports. I was at Legion games on Saturday, and yet last Saturday, they split doubleheader with Superior. Committed 7 errors in one game. So they needed to work on the defense a little bit. Last night, not 7 errors, but like 3 or 4 in the first inning. Superior jumped out big. Lakeview last night, Lakeview jumped out big, and they ended up winning that first game over us. I don't remember the scores right now. I should be more prepared for this, but we say that every week.
Yeah.
But
Why ruin a good thing?
so then they had another doubleheader in the second game. Hibbing fell behind again, and they ended up winning 20-14.
Wow.
So
A lot of runs.
the bats came alive in the second game, and the sad part, it was so chilly down there. I mean, it's June 14th yesterday, and the temperatures had to be in the 50s with the wind blowing out of the northeast or whatever it was blowing. And
It's amazing how much effect that lake has down there.
well,
I mean, it could be 80 here and it's 50 down there.
yeah, but you'd think we'd be far away enough away from the lake to not have it cause any issues here, but maybe it does when the wind's coming out of the east. I don't know. So, but hey, hopefully it warms up now and we get some nicer.
Well, we need a little rain.
We do need that. So please rain out once in a while so we can get some grass growing. I like cutting grass. So
So how's the VFW doing?
VFW is 1-2. So yeah, so the Legion is 2-2 now. They split 2 doubleheaders. They go to the Red Haddocks tournament, which starts Friday. That's down in the cities. I don't know if it's in Bloomington or wherever it is, but so they'll be playing. I think they're supposed to play Edina in their first game, and Edina I think is in the state baseball tournament, and they might be in the championship game. So I don't know if they'll play
high
that
school?
game or not. Yeah.
Speaking of that, we should mention that Grand Rapids beat the favorite, beat the #1 team. And it's kind of funny watching news the other night. One guy said this is what everybody thinks of when they're on the range up there. How come every year at the end of the year, it's always Grand Rapids' name is always in the state tournament?
Well,
But unfortunately, they lost yesterday.
there's a reason for that.
Lost yesterday 2-1, so I think they're playing for third place today. And the
I will tell you.
Eskimos are playing the championship game. And this will be the last year that you're able to call them the
Eskimos?
Eskimos.
So they're starting to, I will tell you right now about Grand Rapids State Class 3A. They beat St. Thomas Academy. They were the 2nd seed in the tournament. Rapids was the random draw, but they ended up beating them 5-0. Then they took on Matamidi.
Lost 2-1.
Lost, it was 3-2.
Oh, 3-2, sorry.
3-2. And then in the 3rd place game yesterday, they played Monticello and lost 7-2.
Oh, okay.
So Rapid season comes to an end, but congratulations to Bill Kinnunen. I've coached against him many times, and they're a solid program, and you just have to tip your hat to them. And as for ESCO, they did obviously won their first game. 1-0.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't get any
Pitcher
closer
goal.
than that against St. Agnes. Then their semifinal game, they beat Cannon Falls 7-2. So they'll be playing Perham in the state finals on the 16th, which is tomorrow at CHS Field, which is the home of the Saints?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I was wondering why that was done when I watched the Twins a little bit last night. They got that logo on the side of the field, CHS. What's that stand for?
I don't know.
You know, in front of the dugouts, how they always have it.
Yeah, I don't know but that's the name of their field, whatever those acronyms stand for.
Yeah. I was just wondering why they had it at the Target field.
And then, and actually in Class A, and I know they're not around here, but Southridge got the #1 seed,
And they got beat.
and they got beat right away. So then, I don't know if there was a console. Oh yeah, there was. Well, they ended up winning 12-2, and then they ended up winning the consolation championship, beating Yellow Medicine East 5-1. So, congratulations to all those teams, and
Yeah, good.
we'll wait again for next year.
Maybe Hibbing will be in there. You never know.
Never know. As for VFW, like you mentioned, they lost to Aiken twice, and then they came back and beat West Duluth, so they're 1-2. They head to the Grand Rapids tournament starting tomorrow. They'll be playing. That's another thing. I just talked to Tim Zubich about that for a story, and they play like at about 9 or 9:30 over at Bob Streeter Field in Rapids. And then they, like about 3 or 3:30, they go over to Portage Park and play another game. And then Saturday they have one game. So I don't know how much of a tournament it is. It's just a round robin thing. He wasn't sure if there was anything after that, so if you like finished 0-2, 0-3, 1-2, or whatever, whether or not you get put in another bracket for Sunday. You'd think they'd run it for Sunday though, but
Gotta get home on Sunday.
well, church.
Being that, if you hear a little tweaking on your TV, it's the birds. I don't know if you noticed the birds in the background, the waterfall. So there's a not to keep bringing it up, but there's a program on here that has the golf course from the movie Caddyshack,
Really?
and you can play the Caddyshack. It's got the people yelling and screaming, and also what's the TPC in Arizona where they have that.
Oh, yeah, in Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, it
Yeah.
has that one on it. You actually
par
got people
three.
throw beer cans at you.
Yeah.
Play. Pretty,
Well, especially after you make a hole in one and
Yes.
they throw the beer
Yeah.
cans down on the course, which I can't believe they would tolerate, but I suppose they do because it's one time a year and it's not too bad.
but speaking of golf, we were going to talk a little bit about you don't like the merger between the LIV and
No.
the PGA, and it sounds like a lot of the golfers aren't too happy with it.
Well, I never agreed with LIV in the first place, and it's not because, you know, I saw a documentary that's called Full Swing on Netflix, and they were talking to Brooks Koepka about it, and he was talking about, well, I don't think anybody should fault me for wanting to make more money,
Right.
but I don't think making the more money is not the issue.
Well, he did come back and win the big tournament.
Yes, he did.
You know, so
But I don't care how much money Brooks Koepka makes. I think it's just the social aspect of the whole thing, and that's
no, if you start getting
political.
into the social and the political side of it, but it's not only golf, but they're involved in soccer. What else is there? Grand Prix racing. So it's not like they're not concentrating all their money just in golf.
No, but it's just something we don't get into on this show,
Yeah.
and that's the only reason.
We're not-
I don't question Brooks Koepka's ability to make more money. That's fine.
Right.
I mean, they can
Yep.
go make all the money they want to make. So
But what, you take someone like Tiger or some of these guys, and they're all mad at the lefty with
Mickelson.
Nicholson. But, they made their millions and millions while the
Well-
rest of them were struggling to make their millions. Their money was guaranteed, whether
Yeah.
you win a tournament or not.
Yeah, that's the thing in the LIV is they get money just for showing up.
Yep.
But I don't like the format, 3 days.
Yep.
That bugs me, and then
You got music in the background, you got people
that doesn't
partying.
even bug me though. But it's like they play these stupid scramble things or
Yep.
whatever else games that they play with other people, and
Well, and they have teams.
yeah, that's not unless it's the Ryder Cup or the President's Cup.
Okay.
I don't like it, and so I don't know what else to say about it. It just
Well, then we'll
rubs
move-
me the wrong way.
We'll move along.
Well, I don't know what else there is to say about it. I mean, it's good. We'll see how the merger lasts or how it goes. I mean, I don't think it's for another 2 years,
Yeah.
but we'll see how that goes and how they handle it. And they're obviously letting these golfers play
PGA.
PGA Tour when they can play in the Masters. Now the Masters is its own entity.
That's an invite only, right?
Yeah, so Masters can do what they want to do. They can invite or not invite or whatever. But well, usually you got to win at least one.
Major.
Well, you have to win one tournament that year. That preceding the Masters. Now, if somebody wins a tournament, they can get into the Masters. I believe that's the way it works.
Okay.
U.S. Open, I don't know. I mean, that's a PGA sponsored event. For me, I think it is. The PGA should be a PGA sponsored event, but they let these guys in there, so they've already merged.
It's no different than the AFL and the NFL.
No,
Right.
yeah, that was the thing back in the '60s or whatever when that happened,
And then
it turned out to be good.
Yeah, because the Vikings got their butts smacked by the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
The dominant team. Well, they
So-
weren't so dominant that
not
day.
back then, yeah. And that's a Super Bowl they probably should have won.
Yep.
Which is another, well, I was maybe a little too young to recall that one, but
I wasn't. Awful lot of money on that one.
Oh wait, what, wasn't that in the 70s?
Yes.
Okay, then
60s.
well, I probably, well, it was the late 60s.
Late
or was it
60s.
Late 60s or
Yeah.
middle 60s?
1970.
Was it 1970?
1970, well then I was old enough, so
Yeah.
I would remember that, so. Yeah, another heartbreak, or aorta ripper,
Yeah.
crushed your aorta.
So,
So that's, pretty much covers the kids stuff. I don't know if there's any soccer, and I know softball. All the varsity from Hibbing go and play on different teams
Yep.
in
Like
around
an
the
AAU
area.
tournament, or
Well,
AAU
yeah.
teams.
And so I don't ever get to see them play during the summer. I know that probably the 16Us or the 14Us will have teams, but
And we
Yeah.
have our producer director extraordinaire, his grandson plays on the senior league, correct? Is that what they call it now, or is it
Iron Range Baseball.
Iron Range Baseball?
yeah, it's kind of like junior.
And they smacked Grand Rapids, so.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
20 to,
And he's
20
on
to
the
2.
Hardee's team,
Hardee's.
he
Hardee's,
said,
yeah.
so we'll give Hardee's a
Give them a little
plug.
plug there.
For who else sponsors though, just for Boney's? Hardee's and for Boney's are the only two that sponsor the teams
For the 13 and 14.
for 13 and 14. So, okay, nice job for Hardee's and for Boney's for sponsoring.
Used to have 4 teams. Now
Yeah.
Down to 2.
So I don't know, we gotta get, unless there's just not enough kids to spread out for 4 teams, but more kids have to get interested in baseball because it's a great game to play.
Yep.
I mean, I know golf is frustrating. Baseball's not quite as frustrating, but I know if you're not hitting the ball, it can get to you, but.
They had a deal, and they were talking about Michael Jordan the other day. And the reason, he wanted to go play baseball, but the reason he didn't play baseball to start with, it was too boring for him. Because he's, such an athlete, he's always got to be moving, always got to be doing something. And that's why he didn't like just standing there for 9 innings, get up and bat and run once in a while.
Well, I'll tell you that, last night, that 20 to 14 game certainly it was long, but it wasn't necessarily boring. It can get long, but it also, I like a lot of runs, so a lot of hitting, and he did a good job of that last night, so.
Good. Speaking of baseball, we have the Minnesota Twins. Won 2 games against Milwaukee. Won 2 out of 3, is that correct?
Just 2, it was a 2-game series.
No, I meant the series before.
Oh, I think they split with Toronto. I think
They
it was
split?
2-2 or was it, I don't know if they played 4 games, but they had a chance to win Sunday and win the series, and guess
Yeah.
who came in
Mr.
and,
Began.
and how he is still, if he's still with the team, and I haven't heard of any moves they made, I don't understand the thinking or the logic of Falvey and Levine.
Well, they've got a couple things they got to think about. One's going to be Max Kepler, who's making a pretty good chunk of change with them. It really hasn't done anything in my opinion, the last 2 years. What are you going to do with him? They have enough outfielders that they can fill in wherever they want. Buxton, he's out again. That's a surprise.
Well, he's supposed to be coming back in the next couple days.
Yeah, and then they're also going to carry Maeda is going to go on it's going to be coming back.
Back, he should be.
So they're going to carry an extra starting pitcher on their next road trip. So the starting pitching, to me, has been doing well.
Very well, very well.
In fact, one of them I think is probably going to be make it to the All-Star. Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray or Joe Ryan. Pablo Lopez, though, is kind of, he gave up 3 runs the night before against Milwaukee in 1 inning. But after that,
Lights out.
So it's not like he's pitching poorly. It's just they're not getting run support sometimes. So.
But again, that comes down to guys like Kepler and those that you count on to get those runs in. But yet now it's the young guys that are actually driving the runs home. And it looks like Correa might be coming out of his slump at the grand slam and a 2-run home run. So we'll see.
Well, and for Correa, I figure, heck, his glove is well worth the money at shortstop. because he's very solid there. So I mean, yeah, is he hitting, not hitting maybe like he should be up in the 270s? No. Will he get there? I don't know. Might be hard now. You get so many at bats now, and your average, you get one hit, your average only goes up like a point. So,
So we got the Twins, hopefully, well, they got what, 8 more games at home?
yes.
So maybe they can put together a nice win streak and pull ahead in their division. I think they're up by 2 games right now in the division. So, you know, it's funny, you look at the line scores and you don't care what the Twins are. You get to see how Chicago, Detroit, and Cleveland all do. So,
Yeah, so it's yeah, if they can, you know what, and I know it's maybe not reasonable, but put a 10-game winning streak together now that you're
Yep.
at home. Get 10 games over 500, then you got a little cushion there from the 500 mark, and
well, they got what, Detroit coming in, which,
they're not good.
They're not very
great. Well, I shouldn't say they're not good, but they're not great.
right,
And I can't remember, then they have, who the heck else coming in? I can't remember past Detroit, but it wasn't somebody like really.
Kansas City or
Good.
Cleveland or,
So hopefully they can put together some wins and pull ahead, and then maybe, well, not coast to it, but,
Red Sox,
oh, Boston Red Sox.
oh, the Red Sox,
4
They're
games.
fair.
they're not bad. So that will be,
That'd be a good series to go watch.
yeah, Boston, yes, it would be.
Vikings, we know Vikings are the Vikings, so we'll talk about them in a couple of weeks. So the hype will start after training camp and all that goes through. Now the Timberwolves are looking at, you know, there's a trade thing coming up. There's some rumors around that they might go after this Beal from the Washington.
Oh, Bradley Beal.
But, you know, who are you going to give up to get him? So,
Yeah.
but so we'll see what happens. So, again, we've filled in our 27 and a half minutes.
Well, we'll cut it short though, so.
Yeah, you want to get up swing club here.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I gotta try this.
We'll
out, so.
keep the camera rolling so we can watch that.
But hey, we hope you enjoyed the show. For Mike Egan, I'm Gary Gimbetti. We'll see you again next week on Home Team Advantage.
Hibbing Public Access Television would like to thank U.S. Bank for providing us with studio space.